Welcome to Car Show 1, your go-to channel for all things automotive. If you love classic cars, rare gems, and in-depth reviews, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Now, let's dive into today's feature, the 1971 Manic GT, a rare and fascinating Canadian sports car that deserves more recognition. The Manic GT is one of those cars that many enthusiasts have heard about, but few have actually seen in person. Built in Canada in the early 1970s, this lightweight sports car was designed to compete with European models like the Lotus Elan and Alpine A110. However, due to financial struggles, production was short-lived, making the Manic GT a rare collectible today. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Manic GT is its design. The car has a sleek, low-profile body that looks like something straight out of a European sports car catalog. The aerodynamic shape was carefully crafted to reduce drag and improve performance. With its pop-up headlights, curved roofline, and aggressive stance, the Manic GT certainly turned heads when it first hit the market. Underneath its fiberglass body, the Manic GT was based on Renault mechanical components. It used a rear engine, rear-wheel drive layout, similar to what Porsche and Alpine were doing at the time. Power came from a Renault-sourced 1.3-liter inline-4 engine, which produced around 80 horsepower. Now, that might not sound like much, but keep in mind that the car weighed just over 1,300 pounds, 590 kilograms. This lightweight construction meant that the Manic GT had a power-to-weight ratio that made it feel much faster than its numbers suggested. In terms of performance, the Manic GT was nimble and quick, offering a driving experience that was engaging and fun. The car's independent suspension and low center of gravity allowed it to handle corners with precision. It was a true driver's car, built for enthusiasts who valued handling and agility over raw power. Inside, the Manic GT was relatively simple, but it had everything a sports car driver needed. The dashboard featured a straightforward layout with a focus on functionality. Bucket seats provided support during spirited drives, and the driving position was designed to give the driver full control over the car. While it wasn't the most luxurious interior, it was well suited for a lightweight performance car. One of the biggest challenges for the Manic GT was production and distribution. The company behind the car, Manic Motors, was founded by Jacques About, who had a vision of creating a true Canadian sports car. He partnered with Renault to source the mechanical parts, but despite his best efforts, production was slow, and financial difficulties soon followed. Between 1969 and 1971, only around 160 units of the Manic GT were built. This limited production run meant that the car never reached mainstream success. However, those who did get their hands on one praised its performance and design. Unfortunately, due to the financial instability of the company, production came to a halt, and Manic Motors shut down, making the GT a rare piece of automotive history. Today, the Manic GT is a sought-after collector's item. Finding one in good condition can be a challenge, as many have either been modified or left to deteriorate over the years. However, for those lucky enough to own one, the Manic GT is a true hidden gem. Its unique design, Renault-powered engine, and lightweight construction make it a standout car from an era when small sports cars were thriving. Another interesting aspect of the Manic GT is its place in Canadian automotive history. Canada isn't typically known for producing sports cars, which makes the Manic GT even more special. It represents a bold attempt at creating a homegrown performance vehicle that could stand alongside European competitors. While it may not have achieved commercial success, its legacy lives on among collectors and enthusiasts. When compared to other small sports cars of its time, the Manic GT holds up surprisingly well. Its combination of a fiberglass body, mid-engine layout, and Renault mechanicals gives it a character similar to the Alpine A110. However, unlike the Alpine, which had strong factory backing, the Manic GT was built by a small, independent company with limited resources. This underdog status makes it an even more interesting car for collectors. The driving experience of the Manic GT is something that every enthusiast would appreciate. Thanks to its lightweight construction, the car responds quickly to inputs, making it a joy to drive on twisty roads. The rear engine layout gives it a slightly different handling characteristic compared to front-engine sports cars, but once you get used to it, the balance and agility become apparent. Maintaining a Manic GT today can be both a challenge and a rewarding experience. Since it shares many parts with Renault models from the same era, sourcing mechanical components isn't impossible. However, the fiberglass body and unique design elements mean that restoring one requires patience and expertise. That being said, a well-maintained Manic GT is a rare sight, and it always attracts attention at classic car shows. For those interested in adding a Manic GT to their collection, prices can vary widely depending on condition and originality. Because of its rarity, finding one for sale isn't easy, but when they do appear on the market, they often command a premium. Collectors who appreciate rare and historically significant cars are willing to pay a good price for a well-preserved Manic GT. In conclusion, the 1971 Manic GT is one of Canada's most interesting automotive creations. With its sleek design, lightweight construction, and Renault-powered performance, it stands as a reminder of what independent car manufacturers could achieve with the right vision. While it may not have reached the same level of success as European sports cars, its legacy continues to inspire car enthusiasts around the world. That's it for today's episode on Car Show 1. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Manic GT, make sure to like this video and leave a comment below. Have you ever seen one in person? What do you think of this Canadian sports car? Don't forget to subscribe for more classic car content, and we'll see you in the next video.